So don't have any attraction or attraction. Attachment, very good word. Attachment. To anyone. Only to devotees, pure devotees and Krishna, Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, like that. Be always alert and careful for this. And when comes to me, devotees, oh, Maharaj, be merciful to this child. That my child should be happy. Why? Some attachment. Though sattvic, but not good. Oh. We will support and nourish as a kartavya. As a duty born. But don't be attached to anyone. Only attachment will be with Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, Krishna and Radhika, and the associates of Krishna. Swarup Goswami has divided bhakti into 3 parts. Swarup Siddha Bhakti. Swarup Siddha Bhakti. Then Sangha Siddha. And then Arup Siddha. What is Arup Siddha? You.
The word arup means attribution or superimposition. When we're engaged in a certain activity for our own pleasure, but we're offering the results to Krishna so that Krishna himself will give us pleasure, so that he'll be pleased to please us with material fulfillment of our material desires. But I'm attributing or superimposing the word bhakti on my activity. This is called aropsita bhakti. For example, I may be interested in arts and crafts. I may like to sew clothing, and I may like to play with dolls. So I worship the deity because it gives me pleasure to make clothing. And I'm also thinking that Krishna, by seeing this activity, which already pleases me, will give me more pleasure and peace and prosperity in this world.
Any Gita shloka can you quote?
Sarvadhamam parichaja? No. Yeah, whatever you do, whatever you offer, whatever you give away, should be done as an offering to me. But the problem with that is that I'm thinking that it's mine to offer, and therefore it's not really bhakti. Bhakti, in the definition of bhakti, all my endeavors of body, mind, and words is to please Krishna, and I'm not thinking that anything belongs to me, and I'm giving it to Krishna. It's already Krishna's, and my soul is offered to Krishna.
Bhajan Prabhu, you're so clear. No. All you should try to know. What is Arup Siddha Bhakti? And really you are doing the same or not, you should scale it. Disturb karna tumra.
In order to understand clearly what is Arup Siddha Bhakti, first we have to understand what is Sarup Siddha Bhakti, or the activities of pure bhakti.
More louder.
There are 64 angas of pure bhakti, like Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, and so many things which have been described as Srila Rupa Goswami in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Now, if we perform any activity which is not in this category of 64 items of pure bhakti, and we attribute or superimpose on that activity that this is meant to please Krishna, then that is called Arupa Siddha Bhakti. Example is, we may have a very good business, like flower business, growing flowers, or having a goshala, or having a school, and we offer some of the fruits to Krishna and thinking that I am performing this activity for Krishna, but really all the profit and benefit, the position which we get from that, this is for me, yeah, in order to please me. So this is called Aropasiddha Bhakti.
What he told? Can you? You? Yes? No. That person. Right. I told for Indian boy. Sydney boy. What he told? Give attention, carefully you should hear. I told you that I can ask from anyone. Very precious 5 or 6 days. That 1 hour daily you should give me, not thinking anywhere else, here and there. This time is mine. Can you?
Yes, Prabhu. So Prabhu was explaining that when we do bhakti, it's for the pleasure of Krishna.
More louder, please.
It's for the pleasure of Krishna only and not for our pleasure. So all our activities, as explained by Rupa Goswami, should be dedicated to please Krishna only and not ourselves.
Give your back side. You.
The word anya abhilasita means other desires which are outside of giving pleasure or activities which are favorable to Krishna, with the intent of giving pleasure to Krishna. So Aropasiddha Bhakti has been explained as different activities. If one has an inclination to do something in this material world, whether it be art, crafts, business, whatever, and he offers the fruit of that. So that is not wholehearted surrender, Atmani Vedana, but we're giving a part of our fruit, and we're still, the main intention is for the pleasure of our own mind and senses. So that is outside of the realm of pure bhakti.
Good. Or teacher of Bhajan, Bhajan Prabhu. Very Tirthapada Prabhu. Tirthapada. You should be ready to explain.
Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur mentions in Bhakti Tattva Vivek that even more dangerous than an atheist is something in the name of bhakti that presents itself in the association of devotees. Because an atheist we can recognize right away. So Gurudev is trying to help us in our developmental stage so that we don't fall into the pitfalls of Ritvik and Babaji, all these different manifestations of things that are presenting themselves in the name of bhakti. So Uttam Bhakti means, as has been explained here, activities of the body, mind, words, accompanied by various spiritual sentiments, emotions, with the consideration of giving pleasure to Krishna. And any other consideration which may manifest in our heart becomes Aropasiddha Bhakti. I may be teaching a school, but if I'm enjoying the fact that I'm relating with the children and I'm getting so much honor and recognition, then my activities are not devotional service. But if at every moment I'm thinking, how can I give pleasure to my Gurudev? How can I give pleasure to Krishna, Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu? Then that activity becomes devotional service. It's not a question of what we're doing externally. In the Nectar of Devotion, also Srila Prabhupada mentions Krishna is not attracted by the service rendered, but it's the attitude of the devotee, what's in his heart that Krishna is attracted to. So our cultivation is an affair of the heart. It's not by just engaging our body, our mind, and our words, but by turning over our very life to our Gurudev, and he'll present our hearts to Radha and Krishna.
This is more clear. Standing.
The term Aropasiddha Bhakti is a definition. Arop meaning to superimpose. There are so many objects in this material world, and a devotee naturally wants to engage everything.
Or don't sleep, or don't sleep. Or like that. You should be standing like this, very small. Don't. I will make you stand up on the bench. If you are sleeping.
Hare Krishna. Please don't be in trance. We are in America, not in France.
So the term arop means to superimpose or to label. So there are so many objects in this material world that as devotees we want to engage them all in Krishna's service. So the tendency will be that those objects we have a natural attachment or tendency for, we will want to engage those in Krishna's service as it is very convenient to us or very pleasurable to us. So we have to be very careful that not to mistake this for pure bhakti, as this serves our own purpose other than 100% for the purpose of the pleasure and benefit of Shri Krishna.
Any example?
An example, for instance, is I like to be a farmer. I like to raise cows or grow flowers or vegetables in the garden.
School,
so,
college,
like that.
charitable dispensaries.
I will do that for Krishna, offer the flowers to Krishna, offer the milk for the cows to Krishna. This is good activity to enter into bhakti, but we should not mistake this for actual swarup-siddha bhakti or the intrinsic pure nature of bhakti.
Very good. Thank you.
Isn't there benefit in performing aerobic?
In the beginning, you will have to practice beginning from this. There is no other method, no process. By this Sukriti may come, association may come, and by gradually this, then Sang-Siddha will come, and then it may be, real sadhu sang you will have, and by this you can enter in Sarup-Siddha. This is the way, no other way. And that is why Swamiji, your Gurudev, introduced all these things, mainly these things, not Sarup-Siddha Bhakti, very rare, only Sarup-Siddha Bhakti. And they thought that, by this we will go to, direct Golok Vrindavan, not staying, not missing, or 1 minute in even Vaikuntha Dwarka. Direct we will go. But, they are now where? Not in Golok Vrindavan, opposite. Where? They are in hills. Not block. A special hell look. Giving of Swamiji, pranam forever, keeping aside all his teaching. Those who are grihastha, they are not deficiating, anyhow weak-hearted. But those who are insulting him, dishonoring him, but more than this, disobeying and telling him that he was not good, omniscient, no, bona fide guru even. And they are preaching for this. So they are in hell, really they are opposite to him. And those anyhow, though I have left brahmacharya ashram and they have come to family life, it is somewhat so much better. They are following his instructions, going on. They are not so much deviated. I think they are deviated more. Though those who are in ritvik systems, those who are like this, from Canada, Sharanagati, and telling, no, don't name. And they are telling that, oh, he was not a really bona fide guru. So, we should know that Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Bandhanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedam. These are Swarup Siddha Bhakti. Among them, among the 64 limbs of Bhakti, Sadhu Sangha, Nam Kirtan, Bhagavat Sraman, Mathura Vas, Shri Murti Sab. Sakal Sadhana Sreshta, Ei Panchanga, Krishna Prem Janmai, Pancher Alpa Sangha. Even a very small of this Swarup Siddha Bhakti, the 5 limbs of Bhakti are very powerful, like Krishna, Sadhu Sangha, like Narad, like Sukadeva Goswami, like Rup Sanatan, like any of our disciplic Guru, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Srila Prabhupada, your Guru. Oh. These are most high class of limbs of Bhakti. And these are Swarup Siddha Bhakti. And among 5, but if even very small parts, very small amount is done for these 5, Krishna Prem is bound to come. But only offense is their blockage. If anyhow some offense to Gurudev, to Vaishnavas, 10 kinds of offenses, be very careful. If you are even in majak, hasi, even in joking, you are making offense of any Guru Vaishnava, then it is very hard. These 5 limbs cannot do anything. But if there is no aparad and you are continuing, very soon. What very soon? In 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 births you can attend Krishna. Even in 1,000 lives you have attended. Very soon it is. Very soon. Really, it has been told in Srimad Bhagavatam. Dharma pratyatakayeto atra paramo narmas. Srimad Bhagavate, Mahamune Krite, Ishvara, Sadhyo, Avaridya, Kritivi, Sushavi, Takhana. What is Takhana? Immediately. What is immediately? A person who is in the endless chain of birth and death from first creation. Not in this time, before time was made. And up till now you are going. And if you are in Shuddha Pure Bhakti, then it is really very tatkhana, immediately. And from Srimad Bhagavatam, from there you begin to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. Tatkhana was started, began. Don't disbelieve. 100%, more than 100%. It is true. Tatkhana. But if what you are doing not in the limbs of bhakti this, and you are thinking that this is bhakti, like a school for training of devotees. But you know the result, so many kidnapping and bad things were done in Swamiji has started a school for children, devotee children. And they were cheated. And they became or against of bhakti. So there is something there also. Chance to deviate. Oh, no, if no Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam there, or any limbs of bhakti, only Hare Krishna, or Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Hare Nam, there must be. And if all these symptoms are not there, but we to please Krishna, like you have a garden, and you are giving your whole energy in garden. In evening or morning, you go to your garden, picking up some flowers, tulsi, and some fruits of that garden, and you are giving to Thakurji in temple. And in that temple, there are pujaris, very selfish, bad nature. They don't give it to, offer it to Thakurji, they take it to their rooms. And, very tasteful, very sweet. Then what is this? What is this? Silly thing? If even it is given to Thakurji, offered, but not whole, why not you are offering yourself to Thakurji, that I am of Krishna? If you are thinking that I am of Krishna, like gopis, like Mother Jasoda, like others, even for sadhan bhakti also, it can be used. Whatever do, to please Krishna, to Gurudev and Vaishnava. But these things are what? In the category of Arop Siddha Bhakti. Bhakti is imposed there, but not pure bhakti. If you are doing nothing, Hare Krishna chanting, then Swarupa Siddha Bhakti, it will be some effect. If Namaparad, even it will destroy by repenting and chanting regularly without stop. Then it is Swarupa Siddha. By hearing Hari Katha, first hearing. So this is Swarupa Siddha. So Arop Siddha Bhakti, not pure bhakti, not in the category of Swarupa Siddha Bhakti. And there are so many examples for it. Be careful. Whether you are in Arop Siddha Bhakti or in Swarupa Siddha Bhakti, you can judge yourself. And then Sang Siddha Bhakti. What is Sang Siddha Bhakti? You, Madhava Maharaj. Not so elaborate. In chanting also, don't chant for you. Chant for whom? Krishna. Thinking that Nama Chintamani, Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha, Purna Shuddha, Nitya Mukta, Abhinatvam. So chant for Krishna, for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
So, Srila Gurudeva's order to explain Sangha Siddha Bhakti. Sangha Siddha means get perfection, Sangha means by association. If anything is not pure bhakti, but get some perfection, according to association it is called Sangha Siddha Bhakti. If I give an example, then it will be clear. Just like during initiation we are doing fire sacrifice. In fire sacrifice we are offering ingredients in the fire like Oim Gurave Swaha, Krishnaya Swaha, etc. So for this fire sacrifice we have to collect some bricks, some sand, cow dung, wood, ghee, etc., etc. All this, collecting all these things, actually it is not bhakti.
Not fire sacrifice.
Actually it's not fire sacrifice, but they are connecting with fire sacrifice. So we called it also fire sacrifice. Actually fire sacrifice is that which you are offering in the fire. So similarly, in Vaishnavas they have 26 kinds of qualities. Main one is Krishnaika Saran. If you are Krishnaika Saran, then it is okay. And if with Krishnaika Saran, Krishnaika Saran means I am surrendered to Krishna only. So if this kind of propensity is there, it is good. With Krishnaika Saran, if there is other qualities like Kripalu, Akritadraha, Satta Sarsama, etc., etc., means merciful, very not to be always causeless, merciful, always speak truth, and always equal to everyone. If this quality with Krishnaika Saran, then the qualities which is attached with Krishnaika Saran, they are also called Sarup Siddha, Sangha Siddha Bhakti. If these qualities are there, but not Krishnaika Saran is there, then it is not Sangha Siddha Bhakti. Like in this world, there are so many type of person, their mood of goodness. They are not Krishnaika Saran. They are very merciful to others. They are speak true. They are equal to others. But their activities is not called Sangha Siddha Bhakti. If Krishnaika Saran, then other qualities is regarded as Sangha Siddha Bhakti. If not, then it is not Sangha Siddha Bhakti. So, if Sarup Siddha Bhakti is there, and it is not like Bhajan has told that Sarupata means Sarup Siddha Bhakti is there, but it's not Sarup Siddha Bhakti. We want to get Sarup Siddha Bhakti. For this reason, we are trying at our level best to get Sarup Siddha Bhakti. Like in association of Vaishnavas, so many persons has come. Some are advanced, some are less advanced, some are quite neophyte, who is not taken initiated yet. So they came and told, going other place, oh, it did so much bhakti. How? Because they are also in association of Gurudev. So one is there is pure devotee. Under his guidance, if we are doing some bhakti, then it is called also Sangha Siddha Bhakti.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Om Jnana Timrandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chaksulam Militam Jaina Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. So there are many qualities that are found in the scriptures that are considered to be good qualities, like honesty and truthfulness and kindness. But by themselves, these qualities are not bhakti. However, when they become associated with a pure bhakti, then they can be called Sangha Siddha Bhakti. The qualities, these qualities, which are themselves not bhakti, can attain the quality of bhakti. I wanted to point out one thing that's a very interesting phenomenon that Aranya Maharaj and I were noticing in ISKCON, that Srila Gurudev has pointed out that Srila Prabhupada engaged us in so much Arup Siddha Bhakti because we were not qualified for Swarup Siddha Bhakti, and we actually didn't have any good qualities either to engage in Bhakti. We weren't very truthful, we weren't very kind, we know these things. So we were engaged in so many, and so our crooked natures were engaged in service. And when Srila Prabhupada left the world, we thought because these activities were bhakti, we went on doing them, but then they became corrupt. And Gurudev has pointed out so many discrepancies that were there. So now there's a phenomenon we've noticed in studying some speeches being given by ISKCON leaders, they're trying to stress to the devotees now that they should come to this platform, giving up Aropsiddha Bhakti and coming to Sanghasiddha Bhakti, developing good qualities, being honest in their dealings with each other and with people in the material world. So they're trying to elevate. They've seen this problem that Aropsiddha Bhakti can backfire. It can backfire. It can lead to degradation. So they're trying to bring good qualities into the society. But again, we should realize this is still not Shuddha Bhakti. Srila Gurudev gave very good instructions in Kartik that Bhakti is a function of Hiladini Shakti. That means Bhakti is, its intrinsic nature is that it's Radharani's own mood of serving Krishna. Everything Radharani is doing is designed for serving Krishna, and everything in the spiritual and material worlds is all ultimately a manifestation of her energies, and it's coming from Radharani so that she can use it for pleasing Krishna's unlimited desires. Krishna has unlimited desires to be satisfied, and Radharani is expert at satisfying all those desires. So she has expanded herself for that purpose. So bhakti is Radharani's own mood of satisfying Krishna's desires. It's purely spiritual, Shuddha Sattva. There's a verse, Shuddha Sattva Visheshatma, Prema Suri Angsa Samya Pak, Ruchi Bish Tritamashrinya Kridaso Bhava Uchate, that this bhav, or spiritual emotion of the sprout of prem, the beginning of prem, is like the ray of sunlight which is coming from the sun of the pure devotee's heart. And when that mixes with the conditioned soul's, when that Shuddha Sattva, that pure mood, mixes with the heart of the conditioned soul, it creates different tastes, or ruchi beer, in the chitta mashranya, in the heart. These three ruchis, or a mixture of tastes, are called bhav, and are the beginning of signs of prem. So actually bhakti is a pure function of the spiritual senses of the soul. They're not a function of our material mind and body and senses like Aropsiddha Bhakti and Sanghasiddha Bhakti. These are things that are performed by a material body and mind and senses under the guidance of Guru. And as Srila Gurudev just pointed out, these are the beginning, because you have to start somewhere. We don't have our spiritual body and senses, so we have to use our material body and mind and senses to start service under guidance of Guru. The problem is, when we lose the guidance of Guru, we think that those things we're still doing with our mind and senses are still bhakti, then we will be misled and go down. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
One question.
What?
Definition has been given of Swarupsiddha Bhakti, Aropsiddha Bhakti, and Sanghasiddha Bhakti. So Swarupsiddha Bhakti has been described as the 64 limbs, especially the 9 and 5. And Aropsiddha Bhakti means when somebody is not performing one of these 64 limbs of bhakti, or 9 or 5, but is performing some activity and offering the fruits to Krishna. This is Aropsiddha Bhakti. So how about a devotee who is not reached that stage where Ladini Shakti is coming, and they're performing the activity with material senses, whether Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Padasevanam, etc. They're performing with their material activities, and in this way, or worshipping the deity, but realization is not there. So in one sense, it can be said that there's a superimposition. So sometimes devotees say that this is also Aropsiddha Bhakti, when it's not realized. So my question is, what is the situation?
His question is, if we perform the activities 64 angas of pure bhakti, but we are not realized, we may be somewhat influenced by chamas.
Still it is Sarusiddha Bhakti. Still it is Sarusiddha. No. It is not Arusiddha or Sarusiddha.
Never.
Never. Never. It may be Tamsik, Rajasic, Sattvic, and so many mixture of Annavilasita Yukta and covered with karma, gyan and tapasya. But still it is Sarvasiddha.
You said aparad may be
No, not at all. No relation with Siddha Bhakti.
The stages of sadhak is not pure, but bhakti is pure, but sadhak's heart is not pure, so it is some adulteration in that bhakti.
If anyone chanting Hare Krishna, but it is not pure. He has so much enmity, duplicity and other things, but yet it is solution. But not pure. This is the thing. It may be that he will be in Kanishtadhikari, but not even Kanishtadhikari. Oh, he will not do any offense, Kanishtadhikari. So, if a man has not been initiated by anyone, ignorant, but he has some shraddha, faith in Krishna name. He has heard in association, and he is chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Oh, even then it is Sarvasiddha, but not in pure state only. Your question is answered?
Yeah, if we chant in the beginning, bound to have some, but it is in ignorance you are explaining. Aparad is not serious, like we may identify with our body.
Oh, that time there will be no aparad. Aparad is
knowingly.
If it is done repeatedly, knowing that it is offense, then it will be offense. And in ignorance, it is done, then it is like a bad karma. It can be refined, it can be purified. But knowingly doing, again and again, and Vaishnava are telling you should not do this. You should not go against these principles, bhakti principles. You don't criticize. This is offense and offense. You should be careful. Even he is doing. Oh, then, aparad. What?
What if one is chanting mantra that he's received from someone who's not Sadguru? Is that still Sarup Bhakti?
What?
Suppose anyone receives a mantra from any guru who is not Sadguru. Is his chanting mantra then still Sarup Siddha?
Yes. Yes, Sarup Siddha. But not pure. Not pure. It will give some effect. What? His all karmas will be good, and they can give money, position, and all other things. But not bhakti. Gaur Premanande. Oh, any kirtan. Oh, yes, you can say no. Doctor. Yes, I will. Daily I will come. Sometimes in morning, but in evening daily, if I am okay.
Mostly Srila Gurudev and Srila Maharaja is saying, Gurudev won't speak so much in the morning. If by any chance we get such mercy, then he will give. And in the absence of that, then there will be a class at 7:30 given by Shamarani Dasi every day. Also
Shamarani, Ashram Maharaj, Madhav Maharaj.
So many.
Oh, so many are.
From 7:30 and 10:30 and 3:30. We'll make a schedule tomorrow and post. There's some liturgy that's already been posted. You can see that, the general schedule and specific names and who's giving classes. We wanted to stress there are so many classes, you don't have to attend every single one that you wish you can attend. So from 7:30 and then 10:30, especially Madhav Maharaj starting from Thursday at 10:30 will be giving classes. Then again at 3:30 in the afternoon. So, and then also Naga Sankirtan we'll be doing tomorrow 2:30 from here in La Jolla, this local. And then also Wednesday, what's the date tomorrow? Tomorrow's Wednesday. Okay, so La Jolla tomorrow, also Saturday night. This will be posted tomorrow. There'll be Naga Sankirtan. Gurudev very much stressing we can do good Naga Sankirtan. We'll post everything for that tomorrow. Also registration for those of you who haven't registered yet. Govinda Dasi, we'd like to thank her so much for her efforts for the festival.